I wanted to talk about my lucid dreams. I know that most people don't have lucid dreams, but I have them almost every night. So I thought I would talk about that. A lucid dream is where you're asleep and you're dreaming, but you're aware that you're asleep and dreaming. And you can control what happens. So when I have a lucid dream, I'm fully immersed in the dream. Yeah, I'm emotionally invested in what's happening. It's not like being awake and just imagining. I'm truly asleep and dreaming. I'm just in control of it. I never have nightmares. Generally, I feel like I have control over my life. When things in my life are going badly, or I feel like my life is out of control, then I won't have lucid dreams. It only happens when things are going smoothly. So, in the dream, if something starts to feel unpleasant or scary, I'll just defuse it somehow. I'll make it friendlier or powerless or dissipate it altogether. I'll say in the dream, I'll say, it doesn't have to be that way. And then I'll change it. So I, I always stay within the established story of the dream, but I can change what's happening or why. For example, if I see or experience something, I might realize, oh, that's appearing in my dream because of that conversation I had when I was awake, or because of that show I watched. So I have this realization in the dream, not just later when I wake up. I stay in the dream. I might see someone and say, oh, that person represents so and so in this dream. I'll recognize that it's not actually the person it looks like, but a symbolic representation based on something I've seen or experienced in my waking life. Or I can choose. I can say, oh, I don't like having so and so look like that. I'd rather have them represented this other way. And then it happens. Uh, what else? I have continuity within my dreams. So, okay, in a dream, you'll have a goal. Like in most dreams, you have some kind of goal or destination, something you're trying to achieve. And then something comes up in the dream, and now you're doing something else, and you've forgotten your previous goal. Well, that doesn't happen. So, if something comes up, I deal with it, no matter how long it takes, and then I return to the original goal I had, just like I would in real life. So there's this continuity. I can have a goal, be distracted for a long time and forget about it, and then come back to it, which is unusual for dreams. My dreams are usually crystal clear and hyper realistic. Now, this is my lucid dreams. So when it's a dream, like a normal dream, it feels dreamlike. And I can fly in my dreams. Okay, not fly exactly, more like float or hover a few feet off the ground. And I've always been able to do this. All my life, in my dreams, I've always been able to fly or float. And in my dreams, other people can't do this, just me. Sometimes they don't react, they don't care, they don't even notice. And sometimes they're like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. But often it's just no big deal. And it shows up in different ways. So, like, for example, sometimes I'm on a bicycle and I just ride it around, but I can ride across a gap, or I can ride over water, or something like that. And sometimes I sit on a hovering seat. It's like a chair without legs. It just hovers, like, so that I'm still at eye level. I still see everything at eye level, but I'm hovering. And I float along like this, or I can go really fast. And sometimes, especially if I'm indoors in the dream, it'll be like zero gravity. So be like a bubble just kind of floating around, or like somebody in the space station just kind of gently drifting around, push off the walls and you're just kind of floating. Um, and I can usually choose to wake up or stay in the dream. Usually I'll choose to stay asleep, but sometimes something will happen. I'll be like, oh, I should write that down. And then I'll wake myself up. So I'll be asleep. I'll be fully asleep. And I'll think it's cool and I want to write it down. And I'll be aware that I'm asleep, so I'll wake myself up. But usually I'll be like, oh, I can remember that. And I'll stay asleep. So that's just a little bit about my lucid dreams. And I guess that's it. Thanks. Bye.